Ever had a song stuck in your head? You only heard a little bit of it, but now it won't leave you alone. Or maybe you were watching a show, and right before the most intense part, boom, cliffhanger. And now you have to watch the next episode, even if it's 2 a.m. and you have school in the morning. This, my friends, is the Zeigarnik Effect in action. It's a psychological phenomenon that explains why unfinished tasks, unresolved thoughts, and open loops stick in our minds more than things we've already completed. Your brain, quite literally, does not like incomplete things. It craves closure, and until it gets it, it will keep reminding you, again and again. Think about it. Have you ever studied for a test, but somehow the one thing you didn't fully understand keeps popping up in your head? Or maybe you started writing a story, got distracted, and now all you can think about is how it should end. That's the Zeigarnik Effect. And today, I'm going to show you how you can use it to your advantage, to stop procrastinating, build better habits, and actually finish what you start. Why do we remember unfinished tasks? In the 1920s, a psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik noticed something interesting. She was at a restaurant and saw that waiters could perfectly remember unpaid orders, but as soon as the bill was paid, they'd completely forget them. It was like their brains deleted the information as soon as it was no longer needed. She tested this theory in experiments and found that people tend to remember incomplete tasks 90% more than completed ones. It's like our brain keeps a mental notification open until we finish something. Now, this can be annoying, like when you keep thinking about a conversation you should have had differently, or when an embarrassing moment from years ago randomly pops into your mind. But it can also be an incredible tool if you know how to harness it. The Zeigarnik Effect and procrastination. Let's be honest, procrastination is a universal struggle. You know you need to start that essay, that project, or that workout routine. But instead, you scroll through TikTok, binge watch Netflix, or suddenly decide that cleaning your entire room is urgent. But here's the trick. The hardest part of any task is starting. That's it, not finishing, just starting. And this is where the Zeigarnik Effect can be a game changer. The moment you start something, your brain wants to finish it, even if you only do a little bit. That's why a writer who starts a book can't stop thinking about it, or why an artist who sketches just a rough idea feels the need to complete the drawing. So, instead of telling yourself, I have to write an entire 5-page paper, trick your brain. Say, I'll just write the first sentence. Instead of, I have to clean my entire room, tell yourself, I'll just pick up 5 things. Once you start, your brain will nag you to keep going. That's the Zeigarnik Effect at work. Using it to build good habits. Ever tried to start a habit and then fell off after a few days? Maybe you tried journaling, exercising, or studying consistently, but you just stopped. Here's a simple way to fix that. Use the Zeigarnik Effect to your advantage. Instead of setting a huge goal that feels overwhelming, start small and unfinished. Want to work out more? Don't plan a full hour at the gym. Just do 1 push-up. Your brain will want to complete the unfinished task, and before you know it, you'll do more. Want to read more? Tell yourself, I'll just read 1 page. Your brain won't like stopping at 1, so you'll keep going. The key is to start and leave something unfinished. The more you do this, the more you create a mental itch that makes you want to continue. How the Zeigarnik Effect helps with learning. Ever studied something and felt like you forgot everything the next day? Here's a cool hack. Instead of studying everything in one go, stop in the middle of something important. If you're reading a textbook, stop mid-paragraph instead of at the end of a chapter. If you're learning a new skill, stop while you're still figuring something out, not after you've mastered it. This will keep your brain engaged, making it easier to pick up where you left off. Why TV shows and social media hook you. Let's be real. TV shows, books, and even social media companies exploit the Zeigarnik Effect against you. Ever wonder why shows end on a cliffhanger? It's because your brain hates the feeling of an unfinished story. That's why you have to watch the next episode. Even social media apps like TikTok or Instagram Reels are designed to keep you watching by showing unfinished clips that make you want to see what happens next. Knowing this, you can start taking control instead of being controlled. Breaking free from overthinking. But here's something else. The Zeigarnik Effect is also why we overthink. Ever replayed an awkward moment over and over again in your head, or kept thinking about something cringy you did 5 years ago? That's your brain stuck in an unfinished loop. It wants to fix something that can't actually be fixed. One way to stop this: give yourself closure. If you're stuck thinking about something embarrassing, remind yourself, it's over, it happened, moving on. Sometimes just acknowledging that your brain is trapped in a loop helps break it. Another trick: write it down. Studies show that journaling about unfinished thoughts helps clear them from your mind because your brain sees them as stored somewhere else. Final thoughts: the power of taking action. At the end of the day, the Zeigarnik Effect is a superpower, if you use it right. If you struggle with procrastination, just start. Even if it's tiny, your brain will push you to keep going. If you want to build better habits, leave things unfinished so your brain craves finishing them. If you want to remember what you study, stop mid-topic so your brain keeps it active. And if you're stuck overthinking, close the mental loop by writing things down or reminding yourself to let go. The Zeigarnik Effect shows us one simple truth: starting is everything. So, whatever goal you've been putting off, whatever dream you've been waiting on, start now, even if it's messy, even if it's small, because once you do, your brain won't let you stop. And that's how you win the game. If you found this video helpful, if you learned something new today, don't leave this unfinished. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more videos that help you level up your life. And before you go, drop a comment below. What's one thing you've been procrastinating on that you're going to start today? Let's hold each other accountable. Thanks for watching, and remember, just start. Your brain won't let you stop. See you in the next one.